Yeah, of course, I have a couple of slides to go through. Hopefully you guys can see those now.
I can. Can somebody else put in the chat just yeah, okay. Yeah, Graham says yes.
Perfect. Fantastic. So, yeah, I'm just going to run through a couple of these slides. Of course, yeah, I'm SlateSafety, excuse me, I'm Chris Ward from SlateSafety. And thank you so much for the introduction. First of all, thank you everybody for joining on today's call, and thanks for Safety Nights for setting this up. Pretty cool event. I've never used this platform before, but it is pretty cool. Today, we're going to just hit some real quick notes, particularly on technology. Here at SlateSafety, that's kind of the thing that we pride ourselves on, particularly how to prevent heat stress is what we're all about. Of course, you can see us there. You can check the website out. And I will be hanging out in the room and networking, so feel free to reach out with any questions that you have. Today, we're not going to talk too much about the specifics of heat stress. I feel like oftentimes people really you guys oftentimes know those better than I do, to be honest with you. So we won't talk too much about that. We'll do like a real quick introduction to kind of the IoT world and how some of this technology can work and how it could work for you guys. And I have a couple of quick examples to walk through. But really, the whole point is that, look, you guys as safety professionals, you guys are out there doing a million different things, and that's something that we've identified, and we've known that, you guys as leaders, it's really hard for you guys to keep track and monitor the safety of your workers, much less this kind of this broad topic of heat stress and how to really prevent that and look out for that. So at SlateSafety, we've developed amongst others, and so this framework that I'm going to walk through is not just specific to us, but it's any kind of technology out there, and it really has to do with sensor technology and how sensor technology can help and be beneficial to you guys. So kind of walking it through real quick. It's really a simple formula, to be honest with you, and the whole point is really to provide you guys out there in the field the information that you guys need to better prevent these types of situations, be proactive in the approach, and really give the right information to the right people at the right time. So this little framework right here doesn't have to just be heat stress, but it could be all sorts of things. And it's really simple, right? It's kind of makes a whole lot of sense. Like, hey, we're going to take some information, we're going to input it, we're going to move that information around to maybe places that can benefit the most from it. We might process it or adjust it, provide some additional data sets to it, some additional insights to it, some additional knowledge to it. And then we're going to have some kind of output message. And that output message can be a whole lot of different things. It can go to an individual kind of at the end of it. It can go to another machine. It can go to another system. But really, this framework is really how you guys as a team can elevate your safety protocols and particularly help mitigate heat stress. I thought this was kind of funny, and this kind of hits home to a lot of people. You guys could probably automatically already know exactly what this is, but I got a couple of kids running around at the house, and just kind of like all of us, we were all there once, right? Like it takes us, it takes a little kind of coaching, a little example for us to really learn, and that's really no difference when you think about this IoT stack and how that can help the heat stress prevention at your organization. So you guys know this: the kid touches the stove, receives the ouch, and hey, I don't need to do that anymore. Kind of an idea. With IoT and technology, the idea is the exact same. Hey, we can have some type of sensor technology out there. That sensor technology can be a broad range of things. Some of you guys might have like kind of the outdoor weather stations. Here's an example of some other sensors out there that you guys might be using. Ergonomics is one. Gas detection, you guys are probably familiar with that. Same kind of idea. We have this technology. We're going to send it through some type of network. We're going to transform it some way, and out on the other side, it's going to provide some type of output. Now, in the SlateSafety world, or this heat stress world in general, we approach it from, hey, let's have an environmental monitor. Let's provide that environmental context. Let's provide that ambient temperature, humidity, heat index, WBGT. But us also look at the individual. How's the individual performing? And of course, if we had a longer time, this is where I would insert the different factors that go into providing that awareness, both from an environmental standpoint and a personal standpoint, and how those factors can change daily, monthly, weekly. They can change very rapidly. And so having that information and putting it through the pipeline is very impactful to provide that to you guys on the outside of the system to say, okay, hey, we need to implement this type of control. We need to remove this individual from this area. We need to do something to help mitigate this heat stress. So that's kind of the core for providing this kind of uplifted kind of safety mindset for heat stress. Here's a couple of quick looks in practice just to kind of bring it home. Some of you guys probably work at facilities like this, but this first example is a large food manufacturer, very probably similar to some of those areas and nooks and crannies that you guys have at your sites. But the idea is that, hey, we have a whole lot of workers spread across a whole lot of different sites. These two that we're studying right here are two distinct sites. They have individuals that go and perform different cleaning processes on these manufacturing plants. And so they need something that the environmental conditions, hey, we know that they're going to be super tough. We need something, we need kind of that next step. And oftentimes, this idea of real time physiological monitoring can provide that next step. So here you can kind of see in the data right there over this particular period of time. These are the individuals that are going to wear the personal physiological monitors. That information is going to be provided through that framework that we described. The individual is going to wear it. It's going to send information through some various connection path. Individuals on the other side can see it. They can provide notifications, alerts, but they can also go back and look historically at these different areas of the plant and provide maybe preventative controls to help with this particular workflow. But you're still going to need to be able to clean these things. We just need to be able to clean these things in the most most safe manner possible. This idea of a corrective action, this is an idea where inside the data you can see when alerts are taking place, where they're taking place, and you can see what happens after the data. When an individual receives a notification, are they adhering to the program? Yes, fantastic. Not, maybe we can do a better job of explaining it, better process, a better training, etc. And then this last example right here is just it's a more of an outdoor activity. It's a construction site. Same kind of an idea. This area is, it's down in the southeast of the United States, very hot, very humid. That piece of equipment that you see on the screen, that's pumping this very, not good stuff. So you can, of course, see the different workers wearing the type of PPE. Same kind of an idea. Hey, we know the environment's going to be tough. We need to take that extra step. Let's implement real-time physiological monitoring. And this is a particular project where over this particular data set you can see right here, there's a number of alerts, and those are by the bottom chart right there. And then you can see the number of person hours of different data that was collected. The interesting thing is that you can see it's the same type of worker, it's the same type of project, same type of work, but you can see how the number of alerts go down through the project. And you can see that as an example of basically the same system that we looked at earlier, where there's individuals wearing this type of this sensor. It's going through this framework. It's coming out on the other side and providing that notification to the individual, but also that historical analysis, the supervisors that can better administer those controls through the project. And the workers, they're smart. They're going to learn like, hey, okay, this is where my body starts to trigger this notification. Let me better pace myself. Let me slow down. Let me kind of work at this more methodical pace so that you can continue to work, but you're still under that suboptimal, or excuse me, that below that heightened level of heat stress. So I know time was quick, but that was kind of my quick presentation right there. Of course, I'll be in the, we'll skip the demo for time's sake, but I'll be in the breakout room. Feel free to stop by, hang out with me, ask me any questions if you guys are interested. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, Chris. You provided a lot of great solutions and tools, and I don't know if anyone else caught it, but your alert data sheet, I saw that was in February and March, so wintertime, unless you were below the equator.
Right.
So just one thing to remember, that heat stress doesn't just happen when it's hot outside. It could be any time of year, and a lot of people don't think about that. So such an awesome tool. It's very cool to be able to I mean, it could save a lot of mishaps from happening if you know what's going on with your people. So thank you for sharing. So now it is time for our keynote speaker from the National